Hi guys, happy Sunday. I know tomorrow is Memorial Day and probably this weekend you have cookouts and barbecues and time with family and tons of food that you feel like maybe you shouldn't eat. And I just want to come to you and talk to you about what I'll call safe splurging, which is like enjoying yourself without going overboard. So if you are tuning in, drop me a comment with where you are viewing from so I can go back and see, say hi, connect with you. I always like to see where my viewers are viewing from. So I'm going to give you my top 7 tips. And they're kind of based on my own experience as I am a former binge eater. And I know how hard it is to kind of stay on track when you fall off track a little bit. So I want you to think about a splurge as not a cheat, not falling off track, just like part of everyday life, because this is a lifestyle, not a diet, right? So because you have one treat doesn't mean you're off your diet. So the first thing I'm going to say is that it's okay to splurge now and then. That's okay. That's part of, this lifestyle, is that you can have a treat and not feel totally guilty about it. So get that in your head. That you can have a treat and not feel guilty about it. Drop me a 1 in the comments if you've ever had like a treat and then just like felt so guilty about it later that it wasn't even worth it to you. You don't want to sort of ruin your treats like that. Don't let the holiday throw you off track, right? A splurge is fine, but make sure that you get back on track with your healthy eating after. I always say to people, don't pop one tire and slash the other 3, right? Okay, you had a splurge. That's human. That's normal. That's part of this lifestyle. But if you keep splurging over and over and over again, you are going to get off this healthy lifestyle. So have your splurge, enjoy it, mentally say, go back to tip 1, mentally say it's okay for me to have a splurge and move on. Portion size matters. So, if you want to have a brownie or, I don't know, fried chicken, chips, something, have a portion of it. Don't eat a whole family size bag of Lay's potato chips. Don't eat 3 brownies, right? Have 1, have a bowl of ice cream, have a portion of chips, but don't have so much that you're going to literally feel sick after, because especially after eating healthy, if you eat all that processed stuff, you're not going to feel good, I guarantee it, and then it's definitely not going to be worth it for you. Quality counts. So if you're hosting or going to a barbecue, bring something that you can enjoy that will fill you up. Seriously, like bring a fruit salad, or I buy this turkey kielbasa at BJ's that I love, and I serve it with a little bit of mustard, and it's delicious, and it's really filling because it's just all protein, and it's not high in fat because it's turkey, and I grill it. So I always bring something like that, so that I make sure that I have something that I can eat and enjoy that fills me up and maybe keeps me away from the millions of other temptations that are there. Because, it's not embarrassing to say like, hey, I'm trying to eat healthy. And I think that's something else people struggle with, is saying, I can't eat that, or I don't want to eat that because I'm trying to eat healthy. It's okay to admit that. It's okay to say that to people, like, I'm trying to live a healthy lifestyle. It doesn't need to be like, oh, I'm on a diet, I can't eat that. No, like, I'm going to eat this brownie, but I'm not going to eat this whole bag of chips, right? It's about sort of balance and enjoying yourself. Tip number 5 is my biggest downfall. So you can drop me a 2 into the comments if you've ever done this before. Tip number 5 is don't fast before the feast. I used to do this all the time, especially as a binge eater. I would not eat because I'd be like, oh, I'm going to this big party. I'm just going to fill up there. And then I would go famished and like literally binge eat anything that I could find at the party. It's so important to eat something before you go so you're not famished. And this is a great time for me to use my Shakeology because it's filling, it's low in calories, so I don't feel like guilty about, having a meal before I go. And it helps me cut my cravings, which is going to help me tremendously with a table full of food that maybe I shouldn't be eating all of it, right? Walk it off. Get moving is tip number 6. So get up, do some exercise that morning, go for a walk, press play on your workouts, go to the gym, do something to kind of get your body going and get yourself moving so you don't feel like so sluggish if you enjoy yourself. Because honestly, processed and not healthy food, yes, it will not be good for you, right? But it also honestly doesn't make you feel as good physically. And the last thing I'm going to tell you, tip number 7, is enjoy yourself. Enjoy it. Go back to tip number 1, which is it's okay to have a splurge, right? Don't feel like, oh, I could never eat that, because that is when people fail at these lifestyles, because they start to think of it as a diet and then they feel restricted and then they feel like they could never eat anything. I will tell you, on the meal plan that I use, chips, chocolate, wine are all allowed, and they are not a cheat or a splurge even. They are allowed in normal portions up to 3 times a week, and it's not going off plan, which I feel like is so important for people to realize. Like, these can be part of your lifestyle and you can still lose weight and get healthy and lose inches and tone and whatever it is your goal is. So if you know anyone that would benefit from these tips, you are welcome to share this out. I shared these tips with my private accountability group this weekend, and I thought to myself, man, I feel like a lot of people would probably benefit from this. So feel free to share. Feel free to tag a friend who you think would benefit from it. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful holiday weekend with your friends and family. And I will talk to you later. Bye.